So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. For me, it's 10 to 5 as the phone says. Again, it's a Tuesday, which means I'm off to the Blythe, permitting I don't freeze myself silly before I get there. As today is, well, currently just before I left, which was about 20 minutes ago, about 15. It said it was 7 degrees, feeling like 3. And I'll agree, it's certainly on the nippy side. So this is the second video in the series, and that's getting the A2. And that's the process of me getting the A2 license. So if you remember in the last video I said that I was doing my mod 1. Well, I've sat my mod 1 since, and I passed second time round. And I'll explain the mod 1, because I know it certainly has been confusing a lot of people that I speak to in person. Which again is the whole reason this playlist is going to exist. And should the laws not change, this will obviously still apply when it comes to the 2 years and going to unlock the A. So as I said, it took me 2 attempts to do my mod 1, and what I'll do is I'll walk through what you do, and then I'll tell you where I failed, because admittedly that's something you'll probably want to hear, and then where I picked up minors in the second mod 1. So when you go to do your mod 1, you'll walk out the test centre, you'll go to your bike, and he'll ask, as you go into the bike, he'll ask you, well he asked me anyway, if I wanted him to go through everything, sort of as we went along, and no harm, I said yes. You can always ask again, because that's the thing, you're not rushed, you have the time you're paying his wage, you can ask him as many questions as you like, or she. So the first task was basically ride it in the gate, everyone pull up in one of the green boxes, and then switch it off, put the side stand down and get off the bike. And just stand next to it. Really simple for that bit, and then you'll move, he'll ask you by manual handling, move the bike to the other box. So depending, that box will be to your left, to your right, depending which box you've pulled into. For mine, I had to go from the left box to the right box both times. What they're looking for there is one smooth manoeuvre, and then from there, once you're done, you'll get off the bike and stand by it again. From there you'll then be instructed to go and do your slalom. So I believe it's a 5-cone slalom. And then he'll say once you've gone through the yellow cone, last yellow cone, to go and do figure of 8. And then you'll do 2 figures of 8, but they always say don't worry about counting, because they will shout you or sit and signal for you to come over via normally shouting, which is no problem. And I mean the guy I had, he shouted and waved. So from there you'll be asked to do a slow ride at a walking pace to a box about 2, 3, 4 metres in front of you. The trick here is to basically ride it on the clutch with the back brake, because what I did was just rode it out on the clutch, and I'm using an XJ6, which is obviously an inline 4, and it will just creep away at more jog pace, and that's, I got a minor there for that on the second test. I'm not going to go about the first test because I never completed it. And then once you've stopped your bike, you'll it'll walk over to you, and it'll then ask you to do the U-turn, which is basically pull away out the box, between the two white lines on the floor, do a U-turn. And this is where most people fail, because they put their foot down. You're supposed to, obviously we're demonstrating slow control, so it's clutch and rear brake. But for me, it was something I found very easy actually. From there, it'll get you to go up and round the bend. Now this could be a left hand bend, it could be a right hand bend. Just depends how they have it set up. It's the same principle for both. And you go around and do your controlled stop, where you stop in the box that you just pulled out of from your U-turn. There's no speed requirement for this. Well, they do say about 20 mile an hour, but your speed isn't measured, so you're all good really, don't worry about it. From there, you go back and do that loop again, and on the way down you'll see the speed trap, which will be a metal bar where it was at Burton, and you've got to hit that about 50 kilometers an hour, they say, which is about 32. And then when he gives you the signal, which he'll explain before you go off, you perform your emergency stop. Which on the first one, this is where I failed. And all you got to do is just simply stop the bike as soon and as safe as possible, without skidding or anything. And as you can imagine, what I forgot was that the XJ6 is disc braked on the rear, where my Hartford is drum brake on the rear. And I thought I was on the Hartford and just basically stood on it. And because I didn't spot it in time, I realised what I'd done after I'd done it, but by that point it's too late. Can't do anything about it. And then the last thing you do, once you're satisfied that you met the speed and stopped safely, is you go back and do that circuit again. And you'll do, as you come through the speed trap, if you observed beforehand, you'll notice there's two, I think they were orange cones, sort of there, and then two blue cones off. Well, you can't see the dark. But there was, when you went through, you would have gone straight, and then there was a set, would have been a set of cones to left or right hand side, depending which circuit you're doing. And then you go through there, and then do another controlled stop afterwards, and and then you go and stop in the box where you pulled off from your U-turn. And again, you've got to hit 50 kilometers an hour, or 32 miles an hour, sorry. And if you're all satisfied, you get your mod 2, you get your mod 1 certificate, and you're free to move on to your mod 2. And I've got my mod 2 booked. I won't say when it is, but of course you'll get a video out of that. When it comes to it. So the miners that I picked up, as I said, one was on my slow control down to the walking pace. Apparently I was turned into a quick jog. It was just sort of going up to that point, so he let me have it, but obviously miners for it. My second miner, I disagree with this one, but I'll get into it in a minute, was apparently I went wide on a slalom on the cones. Now, as I understood it, you can use as much space as you like, but whatever. And then my third, this one's brilliant, was after my emergency stop. Apparently I didn't do all my checks before pulling off. Now I thought I did, but apparently I didn't, which is fine. I'm not mad, because it was my emergency stop I failed on, so I'm not really surprised if I forgot to do them. And then the fourth was, it took me 2 attempts to do the not the slalom, the obstacle avoidance. I didn't meet the speed by about 2 kilometers an hour on the first run. But no, so that's it. I don't think I've missed anything. And look, I'm the only one that's come on his bike, look. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in the next one.